Why, hello there. Team sheets have released approximately 2 minutes ago, so I've been sitting on this waiting for this. I'm about to go through all the team sheets to see some critical things for this week. Now, I want to see if Matt Flynn is named, because if he's not, we've got some moves to make before the bounce. Not that it is super important, but something that I'm seeing already is Neil Erasmus in for Frio. So he is been having a great crack at it in the VFL. Not the VFL, the Waffle. It's not, yeah, the Waffle. He's been having a big crack at it, and he has put his name back up. I think he played a couple games earlier in the year, but I'll have to have a check in just a moment time. We all know that Collingwood are resting their dudes, so I wouldn't look too much into this at all. We got the Philippou back in, which means Boxall is still on. He is listed on the interchange bench, so that means that there is a chance for a sub vest. But we do not have to bring him in this week. He's still another 2 weeks from a price rise, so I won't be worrying about that yet. Just keep a watch on him. Nothing too important. We got Clayton Oliver back in, so if you held for that 1 week, which I didn't, I moved him on. You'd be happy. He's back. It was a 1 week hiatus, so nothing too bad there, and just a Carl aim on Tom Barras. Not important. And here we are, Essendon. They have two debutants this week. Saad Al Hawley is getting the game. He's on the interchange again, and from what we've seen, they love using him as the spark sub. He could have a full game and rise in price, but he has those couple of games of twos and fours in his system, I think, one of the two. You can jump on him next week if he has a great game and he's named again. A notable out is Sadas. I know a lot of people held on to him and he's been dropped already, so that is an absolute disaster if you've held him the whole way. And then Ben Patton is back. Now, he was injured with the calf. He is an option if you are scraping the barrel, but he's just not gonna. He's gonna be that slow burner. So he is an option to bring in this week if you've got nothing else. But knowing that Erasmus is back in, he is also in the same position in the back. I would be just jumping on Erasmus instead. That's about it. So there's our debutants, Lewis Hayes and Archer Day Wicks. Good watch on them. Fiorini had an absolutely stellar game. He's back in. Ben Long, he's not super applicable to Supercoach. Trelaw back out straight away, and Buslinger, absolutely ruined project. Was a sub last week and got a 4 or something. Davidson on the bench. I'd move Davidson on if you have him. Port Adelaide. Now, this is my team. We have a so we got Lorenz out. That is not great. He had scored an 82 in the first round. Willie Rioli, we all know about Willie. What's happened this week? Or if you don't, do some research. Sweet out. That is big. So we got Vicentini in. Vicentini, if he gets a game for a couple weeks, could be a big riser. It could be like a Flynn roll sort of thing, because it'll be Vicentini by himself. There's no Sweet, there's no double rucking. Ollie Lord might take a couple, but that's a solo ruck. So if Vicentini is a tasty price, that could be a move. He hasn't played any games this year, so he's not going to rise for another 2 weeks. Logan Evans out and Joe Barry out. And then we got Murray's in. So if you held Murray's, he's been omitted for a couple weeks. He might still have a little bit more cash in him. I moved him on a while ago. McEntee and Burton. I see Porter really scraping the bottom of the barrel. I can't lie. And then Hinge for the Crows. Brody Smith out. Not applicable to Supercoach. Now we go to the Sunday where they haven't been fully announced. But if you look here, we have Sandy Brock on the inside. So he's on the extended bench, which means he's not in. But what is notable about this is Matt Flynn is playing. Flinny is getting another game, which is good. I'm not going to make a move this week. He is versing the Nank, and I think the lowest score, I did some research, the lowest score the Nank has given to... He gives up a lot of points. I think the lowest is 72. So he does let the other rucks rack up the points. So Noah Long, Tom Gross, I know a lot of people had him. I thought that my man C Hole, whatever his name is, Clay Hole, yep, would get a gig, but he's not even on the extended bench, so that's not happening. I could probably just use him as a loop this week. And then over on Richmond's side, just Maurice Rioli. Two new names, but the chances of them getting a game over these two dudes, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure about anything Richmond. We got Reece Stanley out, Lawson Humphreys out. That's interesting. Myers, Closey, these dudes probably not going to get a game. And then Darcy Jones out. Can't get a read on anything that's on the Sunday, but have a quick look. We got 3 outs for North. You'd say Wardlaw comes back. Zach Fisher probably comes back. Interesting. So, big things to note. Matt Flynn's getting another game. Hopefully, he's still named on the following. I wouldn't make a big call on it yet, but we will have to wait till tomorrow to see for sure when they fully get a release for the Sunday. Ben Patton, notable. Al Hawley, notable. Keep watching these two dudes. Clayton Oliver back is notable. Viney out. That's interesting. I hate the new AFL, like how they show the teams on desktop. They don't give you the reasons, so I don't know if they're out because of an injury or they're getting rested or anything like that. It just says in and out, which makes it a bit hard to do a full and in-depth sort of research. Philippou in is a watch as well, and Erasmus. So I'm going to do some quick research on Erasmus because I am doing my final trades this week. A Bice to Erasmus move could be a play to give myself quite a bit of money to spend next week because I spent my money that I had saved for Rankin this week. He's a great price to jump on straight. He's a great price right now, so I've jumped on. Flynn, I was hoping would get another run at it because I think he can. What did they say? His break even in his notes? No, but I think he can have a big game and then make a little bit more money. I think he's still got a little bit to go. So let's just put it out there. A trade for Bice. Actually, I wanted to get Shaw out of this team so bad. He isn't a trade out, but he is one we need to keep an eye on. Now, I feel like that's just a lie. Actually, no. If you have Short, hold on to him. Versing West Coast at the MCG should get a little bit of it. Bice, though. Essendon at Marvel. He still could go big. I don't want to trade this week. Let's just say Bice to Erasmus. He's not even here. Erasmus is a backman, right? He's not even. Okay, where is Erasmus? That's news to me. So Patton is in the defense, I think. See, there's no one here I want to move on. Maybe Caleb Daniel. Cleary and Hewitt still got money to make. The only way, let's just go Erasmus here for Flynn. Only way I'll trade for Erasmus. I can't though. I've got to make this move now because he plays tonight. I have to cash in somewhere, I think, for next week. Well, my plan is for Short and Rosie, is for Rosie to move out of the midfield into the defense for Short when Rosie gets his DPP. So let's just say, because I can't move anyone to the back line anyway, so I can't trade out Short because I can, but I can't for Erasmus, and that's who I would be trading it for anyway. I think we run with it, to be honest. Cleary, minus 12 break even. Goodness me. Kako. I mean, I don't have to make a move. I just really want Erasmus's first price rise because I know that he's set to go up by, if he scores a 60, he's set to go up by at least 40k. So that's a 40k like money making I can have. All right, I think that's gonna be my final trade. Do I put the captain on Dacos is the big call. At Optus, because my other options are very slim. I don't have a big captain. I don't have like a Gorn type, which is where I'm really missing out. Jerry is a last option, which is okay. But none of these dudes, except your Dacos, merit when it's matchup based. Sarong isn't an option this year. No one else is really an option this year because they fluctuate so much. So it's really Dacos, Merritt, depending who he's playing, or Jerry. So I need another big hitter. Like I need a Lockie Neal or something like that. well, I know he's going to put in at least a 120. Like Lockie Neal at the start of the year had his occasional 80 game, but that isn't like him normally. And the 3 round average is big. So I think I'm just going to roll this team this week. Not very informative, but the notable ins could work for your team. I'm not sure what your situation's out there. So hope this video was informative. I'll get this on, edit it out, and I'll pop it out as soon as the bounce tonight. It was 7:40. I got an hour to edit, so I'll try my best. It might be in between the game, but I'll do what I can. All right, so thank you for watching. Good luck this week. Go the power. Just have an update. I ended early. Just went back onto the team list to go back over it again, and I noticed that Matthew Carroll out. So that could be a move. I'm not going to make a whole lot of money there, but if you do that for like a Sandy Brock before the team sheets come out next week, I mean, not next week, tomorrow night. Sandy Brock, he's 99k, and if he's named tomorrow night, that's some money you can make. You make 100k, and Sandy will go up 40k this week, so that is an option as well. But you're gonna have to wait for tomorrow night to see the full team sheets for Sunday, because they've released a long, annoying ones where they have a big in and an out section. Just note that Jeremy McGovern is out, so if Sandy Brock comes in for that role, it's not going to be for long. It's a 1 week, 2 week cash grab. So just keep that in mind. Just wanted to update because I don't know how I missed that the first time.